Good morning, YouTube. We're still in downtown Dayton. We're just east of Riverscape MetroPark, which was really a bad idea for a park in general. I'm just showing the bike path of this area to show what they done and what they should have done with this. Now this bike path, you know, floods a lot because you could see just how close the river is to this. But when they built Riverscape, they removed the lower path to the bike path, which was really stupid to begin with, you know, beyond the bridge, which is the Riverside Drive Bridge. And that was really a bad idea because this river tends to flood a lot through downtown. So they keep talking about wanting to make recreation opportunities, but even if it rains a lot down here, this river, it constantly floods the lower part of the bike path. Now thankfully up here the side, I'm on this higher side of the bike path, which will not flood, and they should have left it. Now I get the fact that you can use detours to get around the darn lower part of it, but they should have. But further down here, you have to stay on the high side of the street to even get around this by bike. So instead of being able to just stay on the bike path all the way, they built this down here, which floods. And there's an area down here, like even when there's a slightest little bit of rain, it's always underwater here. So this turned out to be a total flop. This part might be a two-part video. I'm still deciding if I'm gonna just keep this to one video or two parts, but we're approaching Riverscape MetroPark on the other side, so I'm just showing the area. It's a beautiful day outside on Memorial Day. So even these damn bike paths I've seen a few people ride, not as many people as there should be, but they're not being used near as much like they should be. Here you got these darn Canada geese down here, which is a nuisance species because they basically crap all over the place, and they just make everything look bad. So even attempts to beautify this place with these darn geese, because they don't open up the limits on these things, they just ruin it because they crap all over the place. And Ohio and other states should have an open season policy on that. But getting back to it, this is the area that goes under Riverside Drive right here, which I'm going to show. You got this, just as we get on the other side, you got this little amphitheater here, which they try and use for live music, downtown concerts and all that crap, which is just basically nothing more than a free event. I'll show that briefly when we get on the other side, but obviously it echoes in here being below this bridge. But yeah, it's funny, you know, these parks and bikeways, beautiful days like this, they keep trying to hype this stuff up, but hardly anybody's around here. And it's a shame. Here's this amphitheater, which the MetroPark's on, which I actually like the MetroParks, but this was actually a bad investment in general. Just gonna show the amphitheater and a little bit of monument right here, then we're gonna move on with the video. You got a few people down here right now, nothing too much. And when they have some water fountains down here, which I may show a little bit up close. Got this music, which is, all honesty, only music to try and keep the hobos and homeless people away from here through the week. So as opposed to not scare anybody from wanting to come down here, even though nobody comes down here. And here on the monument side of this, they basically dug up this whole street for all these fountains they put in years ago. and all these high pressure stuff for all the fountains. This park, or this little urban area, was built around 1998, because I remember when they had built this, they dug the entire street. Up here you got all these cheap plants, which are really just window dressing, but there ain't nothing down here, people. You got all these plants for basically no reason. And so the city and Five Rivers MetroPark, it wasn't called Five Rivers MetroPark at the time. I don't remember what it was called, but they basically bent over backwards to build this thing. It's nothing but a flop. Heck, this tree right here. It's even, you know, the roots are even coming out of the ground on it, messing up the sidewalk and those gators, or whatever the heck that's called. But yeah, this turned out to be a complete and total flop. This is Sinclair. I'm not really going to go down there, but they dug this entire street up for this project back in 98 right here. Here you got a couple swings, which I'll show more of that here in a few minutes, but down here you got a couple concession stands and bathrooms, which unless there's a Dayton Dragons game, there's really no point to ever even have this stuff even open, and it's just pointless and a waste of time. Here you got Riverscape, you know, showing on one of the buildings, which you'll see more again. Got this picnic area, which is barely ever, you know, used. This is basically for parents that, when their children come downtown, so they can have fun in the water, because right here they got these water sprays, which there's no reason why they can't have these on right now early on Memorial Day. Beautiful day. It's around 65 degrees, so there's plenty warm enough they could put this on and have some kids downtown. Here's just some stuff just covering the fountain rules right here, which is kind of pointless, but it's pretty well dead down here. Now this fountain area in general in the wintertime is generally used as an ice skating rink, if I'm not mistaken. They have a little ice skating rink down here, which, yeah, that's it right there. This was supposed to be great, but the great flop. Here you got, you know, I'm gonna get back down here, cover this bike path and just how badly they actually did it, because I've actually got a good starting point right here on this for this part of the video. Here, this bike path right here basically goes back down to the river, which is really stupid. They did not keep this on the high side of the river, at least an option for it, because it floods constantly. You know, and it's just pointless to build this. I'm just going to show the high side of this, and we're going to go down to the lower deck. But this, like, floods. You got these damn geese right now that are just, you know, chirping just all over the place. They're a damn nuisance. They need to just shoot the damn things. Shit all over the place, and they don't really keep this, you know, very clean. And heck, if this was supposed to be beautified, hey, looky here, we got some litter bugs. So how about you, Dayton and Five Rivers Metro, pick this area up. Don't allow people to litter. Heck, you got some of these logs down here, which are basically nothing. These darn geese are just abnormally loud right now. That's the Main Street Bridge. I'll probably get a video of that here in a few minutes. But here, we wear the mask. We wear the, this is actually funny. We wear the mask that grins and lies. It hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile. With torn and bleeding hearts we smile with, and mouth with myriad subtleties. Why should the world be otherwise, encountering all our tears and sighs? Nay, let them only see us while we wear the mask We smile, O great Christ, our cries to thee from our tortured souls arise we sing, but all the clay is beneath our feet in the long mile, let the world dream otherwise, we bear the mask. This is a very interesting sign for this right here. I'm not even going to bother. There's another one down here, but I'm not even going to bother reading this because I think this is a waste. But right here, they left this on the lower part of the bike path, and you can see just how low this actually is. I mean, so even just the slightest bit of rain right here just floods this bike path out. So them not leaving the higher option for the bike path in was really a stupid idea, you know, and it's pretty well the same thing right here. We're going into the sunlight, so the video may not be as good in this direction, but got the geese there just down here hanging out. These two are surprisingly quiet. You got a mallard right here, and but yeah, this floods like constantly, and they should have left a higher option for this, but they didn't, so that turned out to be nothing but a waste. Down here, the river down here is where the three rivers converge: the Mad River, the Stillwater, and Great Miami. The Great Miami's the main one that runs through here, but heck, you could even see right here where on these steps where it floods. So this really was not a very sound investment. And here you could even see right down here where some of when it floods, how it kind of erodes the soil and all this other stuff right here. So this park really was not a very sound investment right here. And all right, YouTube, that's it for this one. I think we've seen enough of this one. All right, that's it.